Courtney, by my watch, it's now 2:30. Do I have a quorum?
As soon as Dr. McKee and Mr. Wynn's video is able to be shown, you will have a quorum.
By my watch, it's now 2:30. Okay, thank you.
Oh, my goodness. Hold on just a moment. You now have a quorum.
All right, good afternoon and welcome everybody to the Executive Committee meeting today. If you would, Courtney, please put the agenda up on the screen so the public can see it as well.
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Everyone is present, correct? All members of the Executive Committee?
No, sir. Only Dr. McKee and Mr. Wynn. Ms. Tarver and Mr. Billings have not signed on.
Okay. So unless they sign on, they'll be recorded as absent. So,
correct.
Okay. All right, everyone. Thank y'all for joining us. I was hoping Mike would be here to talk about the recommendations from the ad hoc committee. Courtney, were you briefed on that? On the partners ad hoc meeting?
I was only able to watch it after the fact.
Okay.
Watch the meeting after the fact.
Right. Okay. And we did include their minutes as well in the agenda here, which I did read over. I don't know if the rest of the committee did as well.
That necessarily wasn't needed for this agenda.
Right. But correct, but I mean, I did read that summary, so I do have some idea of what transpired with them, but I was hoping Mike would be present to give us his full notes since he chaired it. So to review, we're needing a motion, correct?
Do you want to go over the mission statement and ground rules first?
Yes, we can. Put those up and I'll read them quickly. Okay, the Louisiana Developmental Disabilities Council mission statement is as follows: to increase independence, self-determination, productivity, integration, and inclusion for Louisianans with developmental disabilities by engaging in advocacy, capacity building, and systems change. The ground rules for today's meeting are as follows. Members must be recognized by the chair before speaking. Please be respectful of each other's opinions. We break for 10 minutes every hour and a half. Please discuss council business in a responsible manner. Except as necessary, restrict the use of electronic communication such as texting during council and committee meetings. Silence or turn off your cell phones. Mission statement is posted at every meeting. Be on time for meetings. No alphabets. Side conversations are to be kept to a minimum, done quietly and restricted to the subject at hand. So those are today's rules for the meeting. Now, having covered that ground, we need a motion, correct? Is it to do the classes virtually? Is that what I'm understanding?
Correct. You have two motions that were brought to you from the Partners in Policy Making Ad Hoc Committee.
Okay.
So the executive committee is being asked to review these motions and to create a motion to move forward.
All right. Stephen is saying that Mike is present, but he needs to be promoted to panelist
Okay.
so he can participate. So let's let him join in.
Can you see me now?
Yes, sir. We got you. You have the floor, sir, to tell us all about your meeting.
So yeah, we had during the meeting there were three motions made to be brought to executive committee. The first was to hold the 2020 class virtually, to go back and do a refresher for the first meetings, and to allow those who did not attend in March to rejoin the class for the refresher and to continue the class virtually. That was the first item they asked to bring before the committee. The second was that the 2021 class, that those events be held regionally. And then the third was regarding the contract for the partners in policymaking.
Okay.
I'm sorry, my understanding of the second motion was for the 2020 class to be a virtual format, open to anyone who would like to join. So was this incorrect?
Yeah, I believe that's correct. And maybe it was virtually. I'm sorry, because I don't have the document in front of me, and I can't link to it from my phone.
According to the summary I read, that's linked in our agenda. It was recommended it be virtual, and I believe the motion was made for it to be done regionally. I think it's both.
Okay.
From what I read.
I believe that's correct, but I can't read it from where I'm at. So if somebody could read it, that would be good. But that's the gist of the two, of the three items that that were asked to bring before the executive committee.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Can everyone see the three motions on the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So again, I don't see any language in the second motion that mentions something being conducted regionally.
That may have
I don't
just been
see
in
that
the
either.
discussion. That may have just been in the discussion, and I just had it in my, like I said, I couldn't read the motion. I just remember reading the summary.
Right. It was mentioned in the summary, so that's where you're thinking of it from, but the motion does not include it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the motions that are before us. So what's the discussion? Anybody have anything to add, questions to ask? Do I have a motion to accept the motions as presented by the ad hoc committee?
So moved. I make a motion to accept the motions that have been presented before us from the PIP committee.
I'll
Okay,
second.
thank you. Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Thank you, Mr. Member at Large, Mr. Wynn. Okay, so I have a motion and a second to approve the motions presented here. You see before you the three motions from the Partners Ad Hoc Committee. And do I have any discussion? Okay. Do I have any abstention? Does anybody abstain? Hearing no abstention, the motion carries. Okay.
All right. Would you like to allow for public comment now?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Corley has something in the chat box, I believe.
Okay.
Ms. Corley, if it's okay with you, I can read that aloud. The motion was regarding allowing the partners in policymaking to be open to the entire state in an effort to recruit a more diverse population for future graduates.
Noted. Thank you, Ms. Corley. Any other comments, questions, discussion? Okay, hearing none, is there any other business we need to discuss related to? Oh, wait a minute. I think we have something in the chat box. Do we?
Yes, Ms. Ashley McReynolds just entered something. It's
Okay.
always been open to the state, so will any applications go out or be voted on, or can anyone join the 2021 class?
That will be something that now the staff, Courtney, you and the staff will decide.
Correct. And that's going to be, if we're utilizing the council's Zoom account, then it will be whatever maximum is allowed for participants on our Zoom account. And
Correct.
I think that's, if we do it in a meeting setup, I believe it's 500.
Yes, it is.
If we do it in a webinar setup, which is like what all of our council meetings are done in, then I believe it's only a couple of hundred. So
Okay.
we will explore what options we have. And if we're
Yes.
able to purchase a bigger program that will allow for more participation, then we can definitely do that if it's looking like that platform will fill up.
Okay.
If
Good.
that makes
Good.
sense. Also, since I have all of you online except for Ms. Tarver, you guys are being scheduled for a parliamentarian training for Saturday, December 19th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. The parliamentarian, Ms. Nicole Learson, will be handling that. So she will be sending out the her Zoom link for you guys for the executive committee. So again, that training
Okay.
is just for the executive committee. And then during orientation in January, all of the other council members and the council staff will participate in a shorter condensed version of that training. So just wanted to let you all know that that's being scheduled, and you will receive some more information from Ms. Learson.
And is
All right,
that
thank you.
time 8 to 12, you said?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody have any other questions or anything to add? Hearing none, I believe our business for today is concluded. Thank you all for your comments and feedback. Thank you, committee, for your service. Everybody have a good afternoon.
All right. Thank y'all. Bye-bye.